Dominique Perez, lesson sound correspondence lesson plan. The date is 7/20/2019. Alright, hey friends, come on over and find a seat right on the rug. I'd like you to sit on an individual square so that you're not touching anybody. And I want you to make sure that you can see our blackboard, okay? We are going to be continuing to talk about our letter names, but we're going to be adding letter sounds today. Can anyone tell me what letters we've been working on? Try to remember. Yeah, so we've been working on letters B, T, K, Z, J, P, and V. I am so glad that you guys are remembering what we've been working on. So letters actually stand for sounds. I'm going to show you how knowing a letter's name can help you to learn and to remember the sound that the letter stands for. Alright, so I'm going to write a letter on the board really quick, and once I'm all finished, I'm going to have you guys tell me what letter I wrote, okay? Can anyone tell me what letter that is? Yes, the name of this letter is B. Listen as I say B, a sound at a time. B, E. Now you try it with me. B, E. Great work, guys. The sound the letter B stands for is the first sound in its name, B. B, E. Which sound does the letter B stand for? How can you guys remember the sound? Yeah, so you guys can remember the sound by saying B, because the letter name is the letter sound as well. All right. So great job, guys. You did awesome on that. So now we're going to work on another letter that we've been working on. And we are going to work on letter. I'm going to write it, and then you're going to guess what letter we're talking about. Can anyone tell me what that letter is? Yes, that letter is T. So listen as I say T, a sound at a time. T-E. Did you guys hear something familiar with the letter B? Yeah, so what is the first sound in the letter T-E? Yeah, it's T. Yes, you're exactly right. You guys are doing great. So what sound does the letter T make? Yes, it makes the T sound. So now that you guys remember this, what do you think you can do if you're in a center time and maybe you just get stuck on a letter? So you know the letter name is B, but you can't quite remember the sound. How can we remember that? Yeah, so B, the letter B, is the sound of its name, and the same with letter T. So now we are also going to work on another letter we've been doing. So I am going to write it, and you guys are going to tell me what the letter name is. So can anyone tell me what this letter name is? Yes, it's K. This is the letter K. So listen closely as I say the different sounds that the letter makes. So it's K, K. So did anyone hear what sound this letter makes? Yes, exactly. Good job. It makes the sound K, K. Yeah, so the letter name K is the sound that this letter makes. So you guys are doing a great job of getting this. So now that we've got the hang of this, I really want to give someone a chance to answer on their own. So instead of answering as a whole group, I'm going to write the letter, and then I'm going to ask an individual. I'm just going to pick someone random, and I'm going to ask them if they know what letter it is, and then we're going to work on the sounds after I model. You're going to practice, okay? So our next letter, I'm going to write it. Do not shout it out after I'm done writing. You guys are going to tell me what it is when I call on you specifically. So this is our new letter that I just wrote down. So, Madison, can you tell me what the letter name for this letter is? Yes, see, you are completely correct. That is awesome that you remember that. I'm so excited about that. So I am going to say the individual parts of Z. So listen very carefully, okay? All right, so Z, E. So what was the first sound in that letter? Yeah, you guys were right. It's Z. Z. So just like the letter name is letter Z, the sound it makes is a Z. Z. So you guys are doing a great job at understanding this. So we're going to work on one more. And I'm going to call on someone individually. And then we are going to do some independent practice work, okay? And some center time. So this is our very last letter that we're going to do right up here as a whole group. So what is this letter? Can you tell me, Maria? J. Yes, you're right. I'm so glad you remember that. So listen carefully as I say the individual letters, or individual sounds in the letter. J, A. So can you tell me what the first sound you heard was? Yeah, it was J. J. So it's just like the letter name, J. J. Yeah, great job with that one, guys. So I know that some of you may have gotten a little bit confused during this, so we're going to go back and practice really, really quick, okay? We're going to make it super speedy before center time. And sometimes, what can this letter look like? It's the letter B, right? But sometimes people might confuse it for the letter D. They look very, very similar, don't they? But we have been working on the letter B. And can anyone remember what sound the letter B makes? Yes, exactly. Great job. It makes the B, just like its letter name. Perfect job. So this one, letter T, is not as confusing, but some people may get it a little confused with maybe an F. It looks a little similar, right? And so we are going to practice letter T again. So this is letter T, and can anyone tell me what sound the letter name T makes? T, yes, exactly right. You guys are doing awesome with this. I am so excited. So now that we reviewed as a group, we are going to go into center time. Yep, so we're going to go into center time, and we have a few different centers. So I am going to talk to you really quick about our different centers, and we are going to break into our groups. I have assigned groups for you guys so that you know who you're going to be working with, and you can form a group with them right away. So one of our centers is that we are going to fish. So we are going to have some letter cards, and we're going to cast our fishing pole down, and we're going to pick up a letter. And it's going to be one of the letters that we've been working on. So if you get the letter B, you're going to practice with your entire group. And you're going to say, this is a letter name B. And then you are going to say what sound that letter makes. So can someone remind me what sound the letter B makes? Yes, exactly. You guys got it, totally. So our next center that we're going to do is tracing and drawing the letters on our whiteboard. So you guys are going to come up, and you are going to practice tracing and drawing our letters. And I will get them right now for you. That way you guys can go over them and you can work together. And I'll also pass out the individual whiteboards so that you each have your own whiteboard. But you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go through the letter name, and you're going to go through the letter sound. And if you guys don't agree, you can always call me over, and I'll come over right away to explain it to you, okay? So then our next center is going to be working with some letter cards. So you're going to see some cards all splayed out on the table, and you're just going to pick ones that you want to practice. Maybe you struggle with the letter Z, because that can be a tricky letter. We don't always see it very often. So maybe you want to work on the letter Z. So you're going to pick out that Z card, and you are going to work on the letter name, and you are going to work on the letter sound. And then our last station, you guys are going to come right on over to our table, and you're going to work with me. So we're going to go through some of the letters that we didn't quite get to in our whole group today. And we are going to keep working just independently. I'm going to make sure that you all understand what we're doing, okay? So we're all on the same page. So I've separated you into groups of 4. Let me look at these really quick. The first group is our purple group. And in the purple group, we have Krista, Damien, Lizzie, and Alex. So I need you guys to go meet up, and you guys can go to the fishing center right away. Our second group is the blue group, and this group is Madison, Caleb, Maria, and Jensen. So you guys meet up, form your group, and you guys can go right to the whiteboard center. And you can come up here, and you can go get your individual whiteboards in the back of the room. Our third group is the yellow group, and this group is Julio, Jenny, Manuel, and Marissa. So you guys are going to get together right away, and you're going to go straight to those little cards on the table that you see over there, and you're just going to start working on those letter names and those letter sounds. And the fourth group is the pink group. You guys are going to be working with me first. So this is Sydney, Abigail, Mark, and John. So you guys are going to come right up to me, and we're just going to start working, and I'm going to start talking to you guys a little more in depth, and we're going to work on the letters that we didn't quite get to today in whole group. So go find your groups, and then just start your work.